Hey, it's Ray McNamara. My friend Eric Berg, who plays saxophone in Big Mean Sound Machine, has asked me to build him an effects loop and kill switch because he's started to experiment with pedals on his rig. So that's what we're gonna do today. Here we go.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is put some holes in this sweet ass box. You can see I got the components with me so that when I'm done drilling the holes, you can sort of jam them in the holes, make sure, you got to clean up after yourself, you know? You don't want to leave a mess for your roommates. So now we're just going to get all the components in the holes that we drilled. Wow, I'm so fast. How do I do it that fast? Wow. Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Alright, and now this is me cutting a bunch of lengths of wire and just putting a little solder on the end of them. We call it tinning. It takes forever.
Okay, so now I'm gonna solder on these little resistors onto the negative side of these LEDs. And you can tell which side the negative side is because the positive side is a little bit longer than the negative side.
And we're off. Wow, look at those fumes. Those are great to breathe. They're good for your brain. Just kidding, obviously don't breathe those. So, we got two 3PDT switches here. The left one is going to be our effects loop, and the right one is going to be our kill switch. And I'm starting with the LEDs because obviously the little blinking lights that don't do anything are the most important part. So I'm going to take the 9-volt negative terminal. It's going to go up through here, and that resistor there is, I'm using a 4K7, and you don't have to use a 4K7. In fact, you should probably use a lower resistance because the light, it was a little dim. Just use some kind of resistor between 1K and 4K so that you don't burn out the LED. Alright, and we're going to connect another LED and resistor on the other switch, and we can connect it to the same battery, doesn't matter. And here's where things get really wild. Look at that battery snap. Oh.
I'm gonna put a little electrical tape on those resistors. It's best to preempt the fuckery. It's pretty fuckery proof. Huh?
Once that's all connected, just glue those LEDs in place and you should see some life come out of them. Oh yeah, son! Now you want to wire all of the sleeves of the jacks together. The sleeves are the non-sticky outy bits, the inside bit.
So now that the sleeves are all connected, what I'm going to do is take the tip of the input jack, and that's going to wire to the center left lug on this switch. Out of the top left lug is going to go to the tip of our effects send, and then the effects return is going to go to the top center lug, and then the center lug is going to go out over to this switch, and we're going to get a little bridge, a little jumper between the two bottom lugs over here, the left and center bottom lugs.
And just in case that was confusing, here's a scribbly piece of paper with me gesticulating uselessly over it. This is actually slightly different than the way I wired it, what's shown here. Either way will work. Good luck with that.
And I think I'm done. Now all you gotta do is figure out what you did wrong, which is always the last step. Here I've got my synth patched in to make some bleepy bloopy sounds. Ooh. Oh! And then here's my speakers. So, if the kill switch is engaged, this should start making bloops. Oh yeah, son! Yeah! So, now that the effects loop is engaged, I should be seeing signal out of here. Let's find out. Oh yeah! Alright, now we get signal out of here and back into here. Should come out of there. Let's see. Ooh. It's a little cockeyed. This one's a little higher than that one. Should be a little, you know, it works. This could be the very first time that I got a project right on the first try. Very possible.
Sent it over to my guy Berg, and here it is in the wild.